family. Thank you so much again for joining us at VSG Black-ish, a community where we uplift, we share our stories, where we get encouragement. Listen, I thank you so much for helping build this community with over 100 subscribers. Thank you so much. I am so appreciative. Let's keep them coming. Listen, we're growing. And listen, share this this platform with anybody that you may feel that may benefit from it. You don't have to have surgery or weight loss surgery to benefit from it. Listen, we're just talking about growth and being on this journey of wholeness. Listen, I am alive, I am well, and I thank God for another day. Listen, your boy is good. I wanted to get on here to let you know what's been going on with me, and unfortunately, I have been tested positive for COVID-19, but I am at the end of it. I survived it, I made it, and it is to God be the glory. But listen, during my journey, it was not easy. Around the 1st of July, 2nd of July, I kind of felt a little weird, felt a little more weaker than I normally do. I thought my sinuses were draining because I was getting a little drainage right there. So I kind of didn't worry about it. But as the weekend of July 4th progressed, I started getting weaker and weaker. My nose started getting this crazy pressure sensation between my nose and my head. I started getting cold chills, literally, while it's 100-something degrees or 100 degrees outside. I'm in the house with sweatpants, long sleeve shirt, socks, 2 comforters, freezing half to death. So that wasn't normal. So I knew something was not right. And not to top it off, I couldn't taste or smell anything. So that was pretty horrible. So on last Monday, I made a decision that I need to get tested. So I did not know. I went to the drive-through testing center, and I did not know you had to make an appointment. So they sent me back home to rest up last Monday. So I made an appointment to go Tuesday to get tested. I went at 10:30. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a part of me was very nervous, simply because all I've seen was those long Q-tips that they shove up your nose. And I was already not feeling good. I just did not want to be in that pain or that feel that uncomfortability. But I was so glad that the young lady that did test me had a normal sized Q-tip.
Okay.
Thank you. One more, please. Outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And she simply just swabbed my nose. She didn't go all the way up. She just swabbed my nose, my 2 nostrils, and that was that. So I went home again, rested up, and decided to go ahead and self-quarantine myself since I did have the symptoms. So during last week, it was up and down. Some days I felt okay. Still never regained my taste or smell. Again, occasionally I would get those weird sensations. It's almost like, when you drink a soda and it fizzes in your throat. It kind of was that feeling up in my nasal area. Just been resting the past week in quarantine, which has been a good and bad thing. One, because of course I haven't been able to work out. And the reason, and somebody said, well, you can work out at home. I just did not want to take that chance because I do have asthma. And I didn't want to flare up any upper respiratory issues, as I've heard that and I've seen that this virus can turn overnight. And I just thank God that it did not. And I'm here to tell the story. And one thing that's crazy is me and my boss was talking today, and she's like, Kobe, I was just grateful that you had the surgery when you had it, because if you did not have the surgery, you would have these preconditions that does not, fare well with those who have them with getting the coronavirus. I had diabetes, I had, of course, asthma, breathing issues, just a whole host of issues that I had that had contributed to my weight, that if I had gotten this virus before surgery. I don't know if I would be here to tell the story, but God does all things well and all things perfect. So I am here, healthy and feeling great, feeling better than I've been. And I believe that I'm at the end of this. I am planning on getting another test later this week to just make sure that I don't have it. But just to get back to the process. But I got the results 4 days later, that Friday. I got the results, which I think is absolutely ridiculous that we are in a pandemic and it takes that long to get results, because every day, they tell you, well, you're going to get the results online, and there's also a phone line you can call with live nurses and try to get your results. Of course, being a normal person, I'm refreshing the portal where they give you your results like every 5 minutes every day. And that's just, it's draining. And eventually I did call every day, to see if they maybe got the results before they posted it online. Of course they didn't. So finally Friday, I got the notification and went online and it told me I was positive, which I kind of already knew, but I think it does something to you once you get it on paper. But I got the information on Friday, and for my job, 10 million people called me, between my job's HR and also the health department. People just asking questions because it is a pandemic. They don't have a cure, and everybody wants to know, what are your symptoms? Where do you think you got it from? I have no idea where I got it from. If I do go out, is to the store. If I do go to out, I am using social distancing. I'm using a mask, but I've also heard stories where people have never gone out of their house since March, literally have everything delivered to them and they still got it. So I don't think there's, you can do what you can to be safe by social distancing, wearing your mask, sanitizing, washing your hands. But, I think ultimately if it wants you, it's going to have you. And just plead the blood of Jesus. All right. Hey, but so I got the results and just been resting all weekend, been kind of taking it easy. But I believe I'm at the end of it. I've told I'm at the end of it. I got my taste back. Woo! Finally can enjoy some food, the little bit of food that I can eat. Got my smell back. I can smell myself. Literally I was taking like 3 showers a day because I didn't know if I was stinking. I didn't know. I couldn't smell nothing. So we're kind of getting back to normal. So I just thank God for his grace and him taking me through this. I'm thankful for being in the mind to go ahead and have the surgery, because again, I have no idea what the result would have been if I was sitting at over 400 pounds and had this coronavirus. I don't know. But one thing I am looking forward to is getting a haircut, because I look rough, and getting back in the gym. Being a week off from the gym has been nerve-wracking for me, because I want to make sure I'm on top of everything. I want to make sure I'm always shaping my body to what I want it to be. So I'm looking forward to getting a haircut and getting back in the gym. But until I'm clear, I will be here quarantining. But another thing I just wanted to talk about is, and had time to think about during this time, is making sure that you give yourself self-compassion. During your journey, whatever journey you're in, whether it's weight loss, whether it's being a better you, whether it's mental, whether it's emotional, financial, whatever the journey of growth is for you, to make sure that you are giving yourself compassion. Oftentimes we are our own critic, and we are horrible critics to ourselves, even when we don't deserve it. There are times where you have to be honest, brutally honest with yourself, and say what you're not doing, that you're procrastinating, that you are, addicted, you're showing addictive behaviors, you have to have those moments, but let them just be that moments. One thing I always stuck with me at a conference I went to, a preacher said, if you fall forward. So if you do fall, just make sure you fall forward, which means fall, acknowledge the fall, and get a game plan so that you won't have to fall again and move forward. So one thing I want to make sure is that we are being self-compassionate. I was reading an article on businessinsider.com that talked about how we have become addicted to negative thinking, especially to ourselves, because negative thoughts releases this chemical that is very strong and very addictive over positive thinking. So positive thinking doesn't release as strong as a chemical in our minds. So a lot of times people can become addicted to negative thought, drama, and always having negative things. But I had to check myself during this process and really wanted to see if I was a negative person. Every time somebody said congratulations, do I second guess it? Am I always putting myself down? Am I always feeling like I'm behind the curve? Am I prematurely disqualifying myself from something? So we must acknowledge those triggers when we have them, because your inner thoughts are oftentimes going to be toxic, and we have to tackle those head on and say, you know what, I may have failed, but I may have, not gotten it right. I may have these feelings of inadequacy, but listen, I have what it takes. You have what it takes. You have more than enough grace to do what you're going to do. Listen, be good to yourself. You must practice self-compassion with yourself. It's okay. On the article, it talks about how dealing with our negative outcomes helps us to spiral down into more self-negativity, and it makes things worse. Some people are saying, it's okay to be critical with yourself because, you build yourself, excuse me. There are people who say it's okay, being self-critical because that pushes you, but it is proven that it makes things worse. It brings you to this mindset that makes you spiral down to make you feel like, okay, I'm not doing this good. Then you go to something else. Well, I didn't do that good either. And then you start feeling like a failure. Then you become depressed. You get in self-doubt, and then you become complacent, and then you don't want to go forward. But listen, you must give yourself self-compassion. It is healthy. It is what you need. Be good to yourself. All right. Another thing it said in it is research shows that the number one barrier to self-compassion, the number one thing that keeps us from being self-compassionate is fear of being complacent and losing our edge. All right. Not going to become self-complacent, and you're not going to sabotage yourself by being good to yourself. You deserve looking in the mirror like, oh shucks, yeah, hey, I'm doing it. You deserve that. If you're putting in the work, if you're getting up every day and you're doing the work of being better, of growing, because listen, growing is not easy. Nothing that grows is easy. The growing process, growing pains is real. And you got to give yourself the grace to be able to have your moments of gratitude and self awareness of your growth. And, you have to have those moments so that you can grow healthy, you can grow well, and you won't be resentful to yourself. It's okay to take the time to congratulate yourself. One thing I did read before is, the only person you're in competition is with the version of yourself of yesterday, with the version of you yesterday. So don't compare yourself. Stop the self-comparison, or stop the comparison with other people. You are who you are. You're on your own journey. Your individuality makes you uniquely who you are. So embrace that, go with it. But ultimately the goal is to stop being so hard on yourself. You deserve, you deserve, you deserve. But listen, I'm out. I want to thank you again so much for the love, for the subscriptions. Listen, we broke over 100. Go ahead and share, like, just thank you. I appreciate it. And until next time, I want you to be healthy, be whole, and be good to yourself. Peace out.